When we think about time travel, our minds often jump to exciting scenarios like going back to stop Hitler, cruising through time like in Back to the Future, or pondering the chaos of stepping on butterflies in the past. We debate the ethics of using time travel to win the lottery and geek out over Doctor Who and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But what about the simple question, could time travel actually be real? Surprisingly, we don't talk about this as much as we indulge in time travel fantasies. Yet, recent discoveries in quantum physics and concepts like the Higgs boson suggest it might not be as far-fetched as we think. Even Stephen Hawking, the genius physicist, couldn't find any fundamental laws of physics that rule it out completely. Though he did say it might be possible, making it practical is a whole other story. Despite the doubts, people keep searching for proof. Some grasp at straws, like claiming certain actors are time travelers because they resemble historical figures. Others dig into intriguing photos that seem to show modern technology in ancient times, sparking debates about whether time travelers were behind them. While skepticism remains, the allure of time travel continues to capture our imaginations, keeping the conversation alive and kicking. Cell phone on set. In the classic Charlie Chaplin film, The Circus, a peculiar sight caught the attention of eagle-eyed viewers. A woman seemingly chatting away on what looks suspiciously like a cell phone, despite the movie being made in the 1920s, long before cell phones were even a glimmer in inventors' eyes. The question begs, what's the deal with this woman and her futuristic gadget? Some thrill-seekers see this as the ultimate proof of time travel, but there are skeptics in the mix too. They suggest that perhaps the woman wasn't on a call at all, but simply using a hearing aid because of hearing difficulties. Publications like The Atlantic have tried to squash the time travel theory by pointing out the plausibility of the hearing aid explanation. Yet for those clinging to the time travel dream, this explanation falls short of convincing. After all, who's to say this lady isn't a mysterious time traveler making a cameo appearance in Charlie Chaplin's world? The time-traveling hipster. Ever heard the curious tale of the time-traveling hipster that's been buzzing around the internet since 2010? Picture this: a real, unaltered photograph capturing a moment in 1941 at the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in Canada. Among the crowd, there's a man who seems oddly out of place, decked out in what appears to be modern attire for the time. This intriguing image first surfaced publicly in 2004 as part of the Barlorn Pioneer Museum's exhibit titled Their Past Lives Here. But it wasn't until the museum digitized its collection in 2010 that the internet erupted with speculation. Some eagle-eyed netizens couldn't help but notice the man's seemingly anachronistic style. Websites like Fark, Boing, and Forget Amori jumped on the bandwagon, sharing the photo with catchy headlines like, "Time Traveler Caught in 1940 Photo." What sparked the fascination? Well, it boils down to 3 items: his logo t-shirt, a compact camera, and those cool wraparound sunglasses. But here's the twist. Believe it or not, all those items were totally available in the 1940s. Take his t-shirt, for example, proudly sporting the logo of the Montreal Maroons, a hockey team of that era. It just goes to show, sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. Who knows what other curious wonders lie hidden in the pages of history? Astronaut carving found on ancient Spanish cathedral. Ever wondered if ancient civilizations had some out-of-this-world encounters? Picture this. Back in 1968, Erich von Däniken shook things up with his book, Chariots of the Gods. He boldly suggested that maybe, just maybe, our ancestors were rubbing shoulders with extraterrestrial visitors. Think ancient astronauts mingling with ancient earthlings. Pretty wild, right? Now, imagine stumbling upon a cathedral wall in 12th century Spain. Nothing out of the ordinary until you spot something mind-boggling. An astronaut carved into the stone. Yep, you heard that right. How on earth did a 20th century spaceman end up in the hands of a medieval stonemason? It's a mystery that still has folks scratching their heads today. Mike Tyson. Time traveler video debunked. The internet is buzzing with speculation sparked by footage suggesting a spectator may have been recording a 1995 Mike Tyson fight using what looks like a smartphone, 5 years before camera phones became mainstream. Originally uploaded to YouTube in September 2015 and recently resurfaced, the video offers glimpses of the AUG 1995 showdown between Tyson and Peter McNeely at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. On his blog, Scott Waring of UFO Sightings Daily pondered, could this be a time traveler returning to catch their beloved boxer in action, seated ringside? While phones did exist in 1995, they didn't come equipped with cameras. But why wouldn't a time traveler want to witness Mike Tyson's prowess? However, Snopes appears to have debunked the theory, noting the resemblance between the device in the footage and various handheld cameras available at the time. Time traveler spotted among GIs in WWYI Reykjavik. Check out this cool old photo from downtown Reykjavik in 1943. It's been buzzing around Icelandic social media lately. The picture shows a bunch of people walking along Austurstrati, which used to be a street, but now it's a square. What's got everyone talking is this one guy who looks like he's talking on a cell phone. Some folks are even saying it might be a time traveler. The photo has been in Christian's family for ages. It's from the WWIC days when Reykjavik was swarming with Allied troops. Christian joked on Facebook that the U.S. military brought more than just their gear. They brought modern gadgets too. But seriously, take a closer look at the photo. Among all the hustle and bustle, there's this dude who seems to be chatting away on something that sure looks like a cell phone. Pretty wild, right? Marilyn Monroe, selfie. Back in the glitzy 1950s, Marilyn Monroe was the ultimate superstar. Now picture this. In an old photo, a superfan is sneaking a snap of the fabulous Marilyn. But here's the kicker. The camera looks just like a modern smartphone, complete with a fancy leather case and a sturdy handle. Now, hold on to your hats, because this has got folks buzzing about time travel. Despite all the doubters, nobody's managed to prove this photo's a fake. But here's another twist. Some say the woman might not be snapping Marilyn at all. Maybe she's holding something mysterious, like a mirror. What's really got us scratching our heads? That intense look on the woman's face as she zeroes in on her mystery object. It's a real head-scratcher, a peek into the past that's got us all talking and wondering. So, while time travel is exciting to think about, it's more likely these moments are just interesting quirks from the past. But who knows? The mystery keeps us curious. Keep asking questions and exploring. You never know what you might find out.